Welcome to the exhibition. I'm so pleased that you've come tonight. Thank you so much for being here. This exhibition is a gesture of friendship and of cross-cultural relationship and of community. And so your presence means so much that you've come tonight. Thank you. It's been 5 years in the works. I've done 60 interviews with all 6 sister cities of Duluth, Minnesota, and I'm just thrilled that tonight it's in Petrozavodsk. I interviewed 10 people from Petrozavodsk and scribed those interviews onto the paintings. You can see some of the paintings have text, and that is where the kind of relationship of those interviews really is expressed. I'm so pleased that you've come, and I hope that you'll choose to participate. There are several ways. There's beautiful little squares that are hand-painted. I'd love for you to write a story or make a picture. Send your story like a message in a bottle to Duluth, Minnesota via Japan. And those messages will all be cumulative and shared with Japan, and then you can find them online. They'll be on 122conversations.com. They'll be posted on Instagram and on Facebook. And there's so many people, there's over 100 volunteers who've made this exhibition possible, and so many in Petrozavodsk, and I'm so grateful for each of you and all of the people who chose to be interviewed and their time and effort. It means so much because in this world, it's wonderful for us to really find ways to connect one individual at a time. And that's what you do when you tell your story or you share something on that little paper. You're sharing that with another country, with 2 other countries, and that becomes a way that we can be a community together. These paintings are 6 different countries of interviews layered on top of each other with words, in a way sort of a metaphor of bringing us together. And so I'm so grateful that you come. I really hope that you will participate by signing the various things, and please do take stickers. Those stickers are made from my paintings, which are also intended as a gift for you. I'm so grateful that you've come and just so eager to see how you'll participate, and really want to say, I hope that you'll take the spirit of this exhibition, of this gesture of friendship with you in the world.
My name is, and I look at you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, whatever.
My name is Renee Pasal, and I'm 34 years old.
My name is Don Ness. I'm the mayor of Duluth, Minnesota.
Sarah Curtis.
Cheng Chi. I am 81 years old. No. Oh man.
Hello, my name is Luda. Hello, my name is Anna. I'm from Russia.
Why do I wanted to cheat my age? People generally will want it to be younger rather than older.
I'm Lauren, and I'm 14.
My name is Valia. I like root beer, robots, and my wife. So, yeah.
Спасибо.
I'm mayor of the city of Duluth. It's a position that I've held now for the last 7.5 years.
I'm a reporter anchor at WDIO TV here in Duluth.
Art is my life. That's my passion. That will always be with me. If that's the case, I can make my living anything else, whatever that will put bread on my table.
I work for Men as Peacemakers as the program director, which kind of means I do a little bit of everything there.
Learning people's stories and telling them is the best part of the day. Sometimes they're fun and featurey, and sometimes they're really sad.
I'm a story keeper, and so for so many, the hundreds of women that I've worked with who are survivors of violence that have trusted me with those stories.
It's important that we remind ourselves that communities are collections of individual experiences, and that the collective, 86,000 different stories make up this one community and define what Duluth is about and where this community is headed.
It really kind of gives you a perspective on life. So when you're feeling like, oh, this is so annoying that my dry cleaning is late, it really, you think about what other people are going through, and you kind of have a bigger world perspective just because you're meeting so many people and telling their stories. Kind of puts your own life into perspective and makes you appreciate it.
Oh, gosh.
I'm an introvert. I am a shy person in an extrovert's world.
I think I'm sensitive.
I'm active, very emotional and musical.
Intense. Very intense.
I would say like a multitasking mom.
Well, I think I give you the word synthesis, and I'm the synthesis of it, East and West.
I would say creative.
Unique. Silent.
I'm an activist. I am on those front lines. I am speaking up for injustice. I might not be the loudest person because that is not who I am. I'm a joyful person. I spent too many years of my life being afraid of dark things that I choose to be joyful.
I would say that word favorite, as little kids, they always have favorites. I have favorite this, and I have favorite color, favorite friend, favorite everything. You have to have a favorite.
Actually, pink is my favorite color.
Blue. Blue.
If you insisted me to say the favorite color, I would say different shades of blue.
I don't even know if it is a color, but I really like gray.
To me, no color is more beautiful than the other. It's all in context.
Especially in politics, where there is the tendency to look at things in a black or a white, and the shades of gray in between, I think, are fascinating.
So I love purple because I love it. It's calming, and it reminds me of peace and my grandma and all these things. But I like orange equally as much because it to me it's like fire. So my Indian name is Giwitayashik, which means, direct quote from my name giver, means she who stirs shit up.
We love to go hike, and Duluth has such wonderful hiking trails.
We're outdoors all the time. You know, being out up here, how can you not be?
I kind of hate the outdoors, but because if I want him to love it, so we play outside at daycare. They have like a playground.
I like to sing, I like to dance, and I like to cook.
Because of the intensity of what I do, I like my space to be low-key and drama-free. And so we will eat together.
I love French fries.
Probably chocolate.
Fresh vegetables. Oh, sushi.
I eat Chinese food, I eat Western food. I love Chinese food, I also love many different type of Western food. I like fajita, I like a porterhouse steak.
To me, and it was just the way I was brought up with women in my family, like cooking is love. Oh my gosh, my first child.
I was not a baby person before I had him.
So I have animals, lots of them. I have like a parrot and a tortoise, and I have all these animals, but I'd never had a baby before.
I was kind of like, I loved kids, but I didn't love babies. And I was like, oh my God, babies.
So his mother is from Turtle Mountain, his biological mother, and she called me and said, "Hi, I know you don't know me, but Pat knows you, and could you come get my baby today?" I was like, oh God. And so I got there and I got up to the hospital after a 20-minute breakdown because I couldn't figure out how to put a car seat in my vehicle. And I peek into the back of my vehicle and I see this little thing, and you think you're gonna be all like Gaia, Earth Mother around it. But my thought was, what have I done? What have I done?
And I was very independent and I had my own things going on. And then after I had him, it's like, you know what?
You cannot plan. My life is improvisation. Never seem to follow any plan that I do.
He is the best part of my world. He's wild. I say my son is dirt and noise.
It's been a wonderful thing to learn how to be a parent, to learn from these little people, and we just love them to pieces.
I would never change one thing about him ever. I know so many things about the world that I wish I did not know. And I see so many things that I hope other people don't have to.
I used to have a lot of ideas. I wanted to change the world. Now I just wanted to live a peaceful life and paint what I love to paint.
I still make a lot of mistakes, just like everybody. Just you learn something new, like, oh, I should have done it that way, or I should have made that phone call, or I didn't realize that person would know the answer. So it's like every day you're learning.
But I hope for a place where people have safety. You know, they have that kind of safety. They have that hope. It's a kinder world where you don't have to plan about what happens if something bad happens to me. Like, I think people ask me all the time, how can you keep doing this work? Like, how can you keep hearing all of these things? And I have a vision of my great grandchildren, because I knew my great grandmother. She passed when I was 15, and my son's 4, so I've got some years, right, hopefully before that happens. And sitting there crocheting, having my little grandbabies next to me going, "What did you used to do for work, Grandma? You mean people used to hurt people like that, Grandma?" Like, it's so foreign to them that they can't understand that happened. And I know that's not going to happen for my generation or my son's generation, but I can hope that for my great-grandchildren's generation that could be a reality.
And very beginning is that reporter said that watching Chinky Cheese paint is like watching Michael Jordan in accent, It's, well, my God, who is Michael Jordan? Better be a nice person,
Bom 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 babo, bailo bailo bam bam bam, bailo bailo bam 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 du. Você tem que dar, que prometeu meu bem. Mande o meu anel que de volta eu lhe mando o seu também. Mande a carta em que eu dizia o amor não tem fim. Eu lhe mando outra explicando tintim por tintim. Você tem que devolver o que era meu bem meu. Mande o meu retrato e ponha outro em seu lugar. Morrei um rei, salve o rei que vai chegar. Não sei sofrer, não sei chorar, eu sei. Wonderful, marvelous, you should care for me, awfully nice, it's paradise, how I long to be, you make my life so glamorous. You can bring me for feeling amorous. Wonderful, marvelous, that you should care for me. Wonderful, marvelous, you should care for me. Awfully nice, it's paradise, how I long to be. You make my life so glamorous. You can bring me for feeling amorous. Oh, wonderful, marvelous, that you should care for me. Wonderful, marvelous, you should care for me. Awfully nice, it's paradise, how I long to be. You make my life so glamorous. You
Can you tell me about your occupation?
Пожалуйста, расскажите о вашем роде занятий.
Так, я профессиональный видеооператор и фотограф.
So I'm a professional cameraman and a photographer.
So a professional cameraman, can you talk about that?
Про оператора можете рассказать подробнее?
Да, я, во-первых, закончил в ГИК, Всесоюзный институт кинематографии. Долгое время работал на корейском телевидении, потом на частных компаниях, а теперь свободный художник.
So Boris graduated the Soviet, at that time, Soviet Institute of Cinematography, and he worked for many years on our local TV company as a cameraman, and then he moved to some private TV companies, and now he works as a freelancer in case someone needs to shoot a film or produce some movie. He's doing such taking such orders.
In Petrozavodsk or somewhere else?
Yes, it's mostly Petrozavodsk.
And what about your what about being photography?
А теперь про фотографическую вашу сторону.
Значит, это было мое хобби, и значит, сейчас оно занимает, наверное, основное. Люблю снимать природу. У меня, значит, в 2008 году вышла книжка, значит, цветная фотоальбом, называется «Карельский меридиан». Там природа Карелии.
So photography was his hobby, but now it's his main occupation. He loves to take photos of nature, of the Karelian nature. And in 2008, there was a book published, a colored book, which is called The Karelian Meridian.
Продолжу. У меня по фотографии более десятка было персональных фотовыставок. Темы были разные. Города-побратимы, природа, значит, такие там метаморфозы и так далее.
He also had by now 10 personal exhibitions, and the themes of those exhibitions were quite different. It was nature, it was Sister Cities of Petrozavodsk, and also some other themes.
Ну, вот вчера, например, в библиотеке в одном из районов нашего города была открыта небольшая фотовыставка «Тюбинген. Город побратим Петрозаводска».
Just yesterday, in one of the libraries in the city districts, Boris opened his exhibition devoted to Tübingen. That's the German sister city of Petrozavodsk.
Oh, congratulations! That's wonderful. That's nice.
Спасибо.
So, are there images of that online? Anywhere?
Где-нибудь онлайн фотографии с выставки с этой?
Да, значит, на сайте библиотеки есть эти фотографии.
Скиньте мне ссылочку.
Да, хорошо.
Yes, they are online, and Boris will send me a link, and I will send you this link also.
Oh, that's perfect. And I'll post it on the Facebook page for the people in all the other countries to see.
На Фейсбуке она ведет страницу, посвященную этому проекту. Там участвуют все города-побратимы, с которыми просто чтобы люди из других городов видели.
Хорошо.
Okay, good.
Замечательно.
Wonderful.
Thank you. So, and what is your favorite color?
Какой же ваш любимый цвет?
Цвет. Осенний какой-нибудь, такой желтый, наверное. Желтый.
Yellow is
Yellow.
his favorite.
Which kind of yellow?
А какой желтый? Какой вот?
Цвет осени. Да, с красным отливом.
A little bit with a red, with a slide of red.
Это мой любимый цвет.
Yeah, that's his favorite color, one of those.
Вся осень почти.
Because he loves the fall colors, the autumn colors.
Nice. Me too. And are you comfortable talking about your family?
Вам вы как бы комфортно чувствуете, если она про семью вопросы задаст?
Да, пожалуйста.
Yes, please.
Perfect. So tell me about your family.
Ну вот расскажите тогда о вашей семье.
Ну, значит, я очень давно женат, уже не помню, сколько лет назад. А у меня 2 детей.
He's been married for so many years that he doesn't remember how long.
That's awesome.
Значит, дочка и сын, значит, Сергей и Елена.
Yes, so the daughter and the son. Daughter is Елена, and the son is Sergey.
Ну, значит, я думаю, что у них все хорошо, да. Значит, Сергей живет с нами, Елена, значит, вышла замуж, живет отдельно.
So Елена is married and she lives separately, And Sergey lives with Boris and his wife.
Есть любимый внук Руслан.
They have a beloved
У
grandchild.
меня на страничке в интернете есть Руслан, значит, самая страничка. Да,
Это где вот ваши
Нет,
друзья?
ВКонтакте.
ВКонтакте.
ВКонтакте, да.
Ну вот у них ВКонтакте не попасть.
В Фейсбуке там.
He just mentioned that he has a page in our Russian social network, which we use mostly instead of Facebook. But maybe it's.
I have that. Somehow I'm on there, but I don't. It's hard for me because, of course, I don't speak Russian. But I will try to figure it out with your name on there.
Okay. Я тогда отправлю. I have Boris in my friend list. I will send you also a link to his profile.
Oh, that's good. We'll get all connected. I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. And how long have you been married?
14 years.
Mm-hmm. And so what does a typical evening look like for you?
Обычный вечер для нас. Что очень часто у нас по вечерам концерты, а когда у нас концерт, мы репетируем, готовимся к чему-то, потому что у нас выходных дней и вечеров бывает очень много.
Well, because we are musicians and because we are engaged in many concerts, quite often our evenings usually, it can be concerts or it can be rehearsals. And in fact, we don't really have much of free time for us.
Мы обычно, когда у нас, например, первая половина дня не занята чем-то, мы как бываем, как делая что-то для себя или погуляв, и представляем себе, что это у нас целый выходной день. А следующий вечер, вторая половина дня, это как последующий уже рабочий день, чтобы ощущать это.
Sometimes in order, to feel that we are having the day off, when we have free time in the first half of the day, we take a walk, we are doing something for ourselves, and then we imagine that this is the whole day off for us.
I love that. So you pretend.
In the afternoon, when our work starts, we say to ourselves, okay, this is already another day.
Okay.
So that's how we imagine that we have a day off.
That's a good idea. I like it. Imagination's a powerful thing for sure. Sometimes when I have something very difficult to do, I imagine that I'm only pretending to do that thing, and it helps me. Same. It's about your...
Вот, она только притворяется, что она это делает, и тогда ей это помогает.
And so do you have extended family? You have parents or other family members there?
Ну, у нас мои родители живут в другом городе, а мы живем вместе с мамой.
So Danny's parents live in a different place, in the other city, and so they are living currently with Yelena's mom.
That's nice. And do you, maybe you're working on the weekends, but do you go to, does she have a dacha?
Дача есть?
Дача.
Или у вас?
Мы купили дачу, сколько лет? 6, наверное, 6 лет назад, но совершенно не хватает времени ей заниматься, поскольку у нас лето короткое, и летом мы часто на гастролях.
Actually, they bought a dacha 6 years ago, but they don't really have time to go there and take care of it because they are so busy with concerts and with tours, especially during the summertime.
Мы приезжаем иногда на дачу, чтобы подышать воздухом, окинуть там взором и говорим, ну вот надо сделать вот это, вот это, вот это и вот это. И уезжаем, потом приезжаем через месяц и выкидываем новый план. Все.
So sometimes it happens that they have a free day and they go out to the dacha. So they look at it and they say, okay, here is the list of what we should do, this and that, and then they go away. And when they're back after a month, they say, okay, here is a new list of what to do.
Yeah, makes sense. And do you have nieces or nephews or children or something like that in your life?
Ну, у нас получается по линии Ленина какие у нас есть? Что-то троюродное, близко нет. Вот, мои все родственники североглинские, и у меня есть дочка, которая, ну, уже в 10 классе. Она живет с мамой, нет, она здесь живет с мамой.
Елена has no close relatives here, but Denis' relatives, they close relatives, they're living in Severodvinsk. That's the city up north, Russia. And also Denis has a daughter, and she now goes to the 10th grade, and his daughter lives with her mom.
In Petrozavodsk.
Oh, so in town. So you see her sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, because she's around. Nice. And how do you like to spend time with your mom?
Моя мама любит гулять с нашей собакой. У нас полугодовалый пес. Мама проводит много времени с ним. Она сейчас не работает, она на пенсии.
А как вы с мамой время проводите?
Мама, мы очень редко на самом деле видимся, утром и вечером. Там целый день занят. А с мамой, я думаю, что нужно, как обычно это мы делаем, гулять. Вместе не ходим.
Ну, она ходит на наши концерты, она знает все, что у нас происходит. Вот, но так иногда мы стараемся куда-то выйти вместе, посидеть в кафе. Ну, мы еще любим кататься на велосипедах, но она не любит кататься на велосипедах, поэтому мы стараемся находить пути.
Ну, точки соприкосновения в любом случае.
So her mom, she just retired recently, and now she enjoys walking their young dog. They have a pet which is now 6 months.
Oh.
So little one. So her mom enjoys this, and also they of course try to spend time together. But since they are so busy, sometimes they only meet her in the mornings and in the evenings.
Sure.
But then again, her mom visits their concerts quite often, and she's well aware about their life. And sometimes they choose to, spend some time out in the city together, like walking or eating out somewhere. And Denis and Lena, they also enjoy biking, but Elena's mom, she doesn't like biking. So.
And so do you share meals sometimes in the evening with her, or that's difficult because of your schedule?
Yes, they're trying every day to have joint meals.
Это единственная еда, которую мы вместе принимаем, потому что завтраки и обеды у нас в разное время в разных местах.
Because that's the only meal that they have together during the day.
And who's preparing the meal?
Елена does.
Ну и чаще всего Лена, хотя вот Ленина мама иногда что-то может сделать, если у нее есть время, она, в принципе, тоже хорошо готовит.
And sometimes Elena's mom also does something.
Иногда что-то делаю я.
Or even Denis could cook. But not very often. But she says very good.
Oh, that's nice. And do you have a favorite food, each of you?
Любимая еда? Ну, ты любишь мои продукты? И мясо. Я люблю молочное и что-нибудь там.
So Helena likes seafood and meat, and Denis prefers dairy products and vegetables, fruits.
Ну, мы едим и то, и то.
But we are, of course, sharing the same dishes and the same food.
Nice. And so when you're teaching do you teach it during the day at the music school? Tell me about that.
Ну, у нас в школе много разной деятельности. У меня класс флейты, у Лены класс кантри.
So we have quite a varied activity in the musical school. Denis has a class in flute, and Helena does a class in kantele.
Эта учеба касается классической музыки. Ребята играют. Учатся играть, как в обычной музыкальной школе.
So that's a regular musical school, and they are taught some classical music.
Кроме этого, еще у нас есть 2 коллектива, руководителями которых мы являемся. Это ансамбль конкурентов. Это школьная. И детская фолк-студия.
And they are also running 2 school bands. One is the band of country players, and the other is folk studio which is also run by Dennis and Rania.
You had an exhibition in Duluth?
У вас же была выставка в Duluth.
Да, я.
Maybe he could tell us a little bit about that.
Может быть, про это немножечко расскажем.
Ну, это незабываемое впечатление.
This was unforgettable.
Я очень восторженно вспоминаю этот период.
I have very delightful memories from that period of time.
По впечатлению после Дулута я написал несколько работ.
Basing on my impressions from Duluth, I created a number of works.
В Дулуте мне подарили книгу Эндрю Уайта с его акварелями.
And while in Duluth, I was presented a book of Andrew White with his watercolor works.
Кроме того, я познакомился с Чен Хи Чи.
And I met the artist Chen Hi-chi.
И под впечатлением от этих художников я сделал несколько работ.
So being impressed by these two artists, I also created a number of works.
Во время пребывания в Америке я написал где-то порядка 10 этюдов.
While staying in Duluth, I also created approximately 10, maybe 10 drawings there.
Писал озеро Суперио.
So I drew Superior Lake.
И водопады Дулута.
And waterfalls.
И они до сих пор у меня с такой, с любовью, я когда на них смотрю, я вспоминаю Дулут.
And every time I look at them, I fondly remember Duluth.
Well, that's nice.
Мне очень понравилась архитектура Дулута.
I really enjoyed the architecture of the city of Duluth.
Я жил у Джона Ниеми и Денис Лямки.
Yeah.
You know them.
No, I know Dennis, but I'm sorry, what did he say? I know the name.
Yeah, he stayed at John Niemis and Dennis Lamkin's place.
So they're friends of mine, and
yeah.
So I saw your paintings when they were in Duluth, and that's how I know about the gray, the beautiful. I was so struck by the gray.
У них вот увидела ваши работы и была поражена вот этим прекрасным.
Огромный привет Джону Ниеми.
Please send his warmest greetings to John.
Oh, for sure. I'm doing that, John. Okay, of course. That's very nice. It's a nice connection. And Chi has an exhibition right now at the Tweed Museum of Art, retrospective, which is absolutely stunning to see all of his works together at the museum. I think it's up until September. Do you do Facebook? So, it's too much.
Sorry. Chi сейчас такая большая вот в галерее Tweed. Ретроспективная выставка его работ вообще прекрасная.
It's interesting to envision yourself as an artist amongst the landscape when you're painting it.
Наверное, интересно, как вы себя представляете как художника в процессе создания пейзажа.
Конечно, я получаю огромное удовольствие, когда я пишу картины.
You see, I get a lot of pleasure, much pleasure when I'm painting the landscapes.
А когда картина удается, я в вершине восторга.
And when I see that this is a good work, this brings me up, to the top.
И потом целый день могу ходить счастливый.
And I could be happy for the rest of the day.
That's perfect.